So I want to welcome everyone to the 8th annual College Sendoff. My name is Bob Garashi, and I serve as CEO of New Jersey Community Development Corporation. I have the pleasure of knowing many of the students on today and others through our work in the community. And this event is one that we started 8 years ago in order to celebrate something very special. And that is Paterson students going on to four-year colleges. And I'm delighted that we are joined by Superintendent Eileen Schaefer of the Paterson Public School District. We will, in a little while, be joined by our mayor, Mayor Andre Saya. And I'll also note that we're joined by the president of Montclair State University, Dr. Jonathan Coppell. And I see my old friend there, the provost from William Paterson University, Dr. Josh Powers. So we've got some real academic firepower with us, and that's going to help us get through this event. So once again, good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight for, as I said, the 8th annual College Sendoff. This is the second College Sendoff that we've held virtually. It's certainly been a roller coaster this past year, many ups and downs. But all of the students on this Zoom tonight have really risen to the occasion. They focused on their high school education, and despite the many challenges that they've encountered along the way, they are starting their college careers at four-year colleges. And some of the colleges that those on the Zoom tonight are going to, in fact, some are already there, include Barnard College, Berkeley College, Harvard University, Johns Hopkins University, Montclair State University, NJIT, Rutgers University, the University of Pennsylvania, William Paterson University, and so many other wonderful colleges and universities. Now, going to a four-year college is noteworthy for any student, but it's especially remarkable for students here in the city of Paterson, because only 11% of the adults in this city have earned a bachelor's degree. And many of the students that we're celebrating tonight will also be the first in their families to attend college. And we really think that that's special and something to celebrate. And tonight we'll be giving out a total of $20,000 in scholarships, which we've raised from a number of generous individuals. And you know, I'd just like to take a moment to congratulate each and every one of you on your success. And I'd also like to thank some of those generous donors who made the scholarships that we're going to give out tonight possible. Some of them really stepped up to the plate in a big way, and that includes Lisa Hirsch and Mark Schlossman, the ADP Foundation, the D'Aloisio family, Dewberry Engineers, and somebody who's on the call, and we'll hear about her a little bit more in a little while, Mrs. Felisa Van Loo. And so tonight, we are not only joined by a terrific group of students, but many of the, at least some of these donors. And as I mentioned earlier, Superintendent Eileen Schaefer of the Paterson Public School District, Dr. Jonathan Coppell, President of Montclair State University. We are awaiting Mayor Andre Saya, who will be joining us later. And now it's my pleasure to say a few words, someone who is just body and soul committed to high quality education here in the city of Paterson, works harder than any superintendent of schools I've certainly ever met, and that is our Superintendent Eileen Schaefer. Superintendent Schaefer, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you for this wonderful evening and your partnership with the school district. And let me also welcome our just retired principal, Felice Van Loo. We miss her already. And Councilwoman Maritza Davila. First and foremost, let me congratulate all of our Paterson students who set the goal of going to college, worked hard in school, got through the college application process, and will soon be embarking on their journey through college. Some are already there, as Bob mentioned. And so I think this is an exciting night to be able to give away $20,000 for your graduation. You didn't get to this point by accident, and it took a lot of hard work and focus to get where you got to today. You're the first graduating class that had over a year of remote instruction. And I think that prepared you to go to college, because I'm sure some of your classes will be remote, not because of the pandemic, but because that's what college is now. So some classes are remote. But it also took a lot of support. And that's why I want to acknowledge the hard work of your parents in getting you where you are today, and congratulate them on their success in instilling in you the love of learning and an understanding of the importance of education. One of the most important points we hope to make to you through tonight's college send-off is how proud all of us are of our students that are heading to college. And I want to personally say that the most proudest moment for me is graduation and knowing how many students are going to college. So congratulations. And again, I want to thank Bob for partnering with us, with New Jersey CDC, for holding this event. And I also want to thank the mayor for always being enthusiastic about what is good for the youth of Paterson. All of us say to you that no matter where you're going to college, never forget where you came from, and be proud of your Paterson roots, and let the world see that Paterson grit and determination and the beauty through you and your successes. And I have to tell you that I'll be retiring in June. That's after 33 years of being in Paterson and 43 in the profession. I don't live in Paterson, but I spend most of my waking hours in Paterson. I shop here, I get my gas here, get my nails. I do everything here in Paterson. And when I go around, I couldn't be prouder than to say I am from Paterson. I'm the superintendent of Paterson. So I want you to be proud, and I want you to hold your head up high as you meet all kinds of people in your travels through your college journey. And remember times like tonight, your college send-off, and all the other moments and the people you met throughout your life in Paterson, because they're behind you 100%, as well as your parents and your families. And continue to work hard. You can overcome any challenge. You've already overcome so many. And take a moment. You know, college is not easy. So when you come back to your dorm and you're upset and, oh, I don't know if I can do this, take a moment to reflect about when you were in Paterson and when you had to deal with a difficult situation and you dealt with it. You graduated high school and now you're in college. So you've always got to pull from behind and think about those experiences and what did you do? You have to think for a moment and then follow that lead, because you've done it before. I still do it. There are days I want to close my door and say, here we go again. And I've got to pull from those past experiences to say, you know what? I can get through this. I can make the right decisions and we can be successful. So I want you to do the same thing, because I believe in you. I believe that you're going to be able to get through every difficult situation, every little roadblock that comes up. It's never a smooth road, but all the experience you've had in Paterson now got you to a smooth road of going to college. So you pull those boots up and you hit the ground running. And if you continue to work hard like you did, you can overcome any challenge. You can accomplish anything you set your mind to. So again, as your superintendent, I couldn't be more proud of each and every one of you. I love you. Congratulations. God bless you. And to all the parents, thank you. Thank you for always being next to your child, behind your child, and pushing them along. And if you have more children, continue to support us and work with us so we can get them all through. So God bless each one of you. And Bob, I don't know if we're ready to give away money, but I'm ready.
Not yet, not just
Okay.
yet, Superintendent.
All right.
We're going to get to that, but thank you for those beautiful and inspiring words. I know that they were heartfelt, and thank you very much. And David, before we go to the brief video that we have, I'd like to introduce our special friend, Councilwoman Maritza Davila. And as the Councilwoman will probably tell you, she not only serves on the City Council, where she just finished 2 terms as Council President, but she herself is an educator and has worked, I think, 3 terms. I stand corrected. But what I think I know is that she's worked at least, or maybe about 25 years in admissions at Passaic County Community College. And so, Councilwoman, would you care to say a few words?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Bob, for inviting me, to Madam Superintendent, to the presidents, and to everyone, to the students and to the parents. Thank you so much. This is a special day. And, Bob, I don't want to correct you, but it's almost 29 years. 30 would be with the 1 year at Monmouth University.
Wow.
So
Wow.
people sometimes say to me, why did I stay in admissions so long and not at the same capacity, but stayed within that area? And I just love it. I was the first to go to college. Of the 4, I'm the youngest. And my mom, one of the things that she said is, you're going to college, but you're coming back and you're going to work in the city of Paterson. She goes, I don't know where, but you're going to have to. And I remember graduating and saying, oh, and I went through a lot. So if there's one message I want to leave with every student here, is that always have that one person that you can call back on within the district, or even myself here at the college. There's going to be many a times where you're going to have a lot of struggles, okay? Because I can tell you from experience, I'm speaking of experience, that it was culture shock for me. I had never left Paterson. I didn't have a brother or sister, an uncle, a cousin who had went to college. So I didn't know. And so it was really difficult navigating. I went to Monmouth University for that undergrad, and I was a learning disability student, and so that made it even more difficult, and so many other struggles. But with that, Paterson has greatness. You all are great, and all your families, everyone. We're resilient people, and you know what? Unfortunately, from Paterson, you grow up being a fighter. Right. And so I know that you all are going to do well, but if you feel that you want to give up, don't give up. Talk to that counselor, have mentors, call back your guidance counselor, call me here at the college. You don't have to be at this college, but I will say this to you, within my 30 years, Bob, do you know how many students I went and I spoke to in the different high schools throughout the district and the county, because it isn't just Paterson. And then I would see them go off to the 4 years, and they will call me in the summer. I want to do a class. I want to do 2 classes. Can you help me out? I want to be a visiting student. I want to finish earlier. And so that's what we are here for. Passaic, I always say, Passaic County Community College, the most important C in Passaic County Community College is community. We're about the community, and I'm so just thankful and grateful for all of you, knowing that some of you are already in your dorms, you're already doing homework, you've already started. And for those that are leaving soon, just know that you can continue to count on us here in Paterson. I'm proud to say that I am your councilwoman. I'm proud for all of those that gave me an opportunity to come for a 3rd term, but I could have not done it if it wasn't like individuals like Bob. So, Bob the builder wasn't around when I was going to school. Okay, I didn't have someone like Eileen Schaefer, right? But there were others there. And so I truly appreciate them. And to you parents, sometimes it'll be a struggle as well. I'm here to talk to those parents as well. Ms. Van Loo, Felicia, it's so beautiful to see you, all right? And to everyone. So just thank you for giving me that opportunity to come here today, as I've been for many. I missed the brownstone though. I missed that, hugging and taking the pictures and everything, but we understand, where we are today. So thank you.
Next year for sure, Councilwoman, and thank you. And thank you for being an inspiration, not only in the context of encouraging our students educationally, but also in the context of the public servant that you are, that you have been. And I'm hopeful that some of our students tonight will ultimately choose a path into public service as well. So thank you very much. And I think now, David, we're going to watch a short video, correct?
Yes, thank you. And I'll give just a little bit of background. Thank you, Superintendent Schaefer and Councilwoman Davila, for your remarks. Very well said. I'm David Gelman. I'm NJCDC's Chief Program Officer. I oversee our youth development programs, including our comprehensive college readiness program. And each year, as Bob said, we work to support Paterson's next generation of college graduates through out-of-state college tours, including our Ivy League tour, which we've done the last few years, our college fairs, giving out scholarships like tonight, workshops on a dozen topics, and much more. The results are impressive, as you can see by our guests tonight. Each year, we see more and more of our program participants getting accepted into top colleges and universities across the country, including those in the Ivy League. So this short video just shows some of our college readiness programming, and afterwards you'll hear from one of our wonderful alumni who is now a college student. So here we go.
All right. Thank you, David. What's next?
I'm going to introduce one of our speakers. So one young woman who has benefited from NJCDC's youth development programming is Jennifer Guizar-Bello, who is now a junior at Barnard College of Columbia University. Jennifer?
Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer. I'm currently a junior at Barnard in the city of Manhattan, majoring in urban studies with a concentration in education. And as David mentioned, I was also part of the NJCDC's Paterson Youth Council. I graduated back in 2020 in the midst of the pandemic. And as I watch you all cherish your high school accomplishments, it reminds me of my own transition into college, and at how anxious I was to embark on this new journey, especially as a first-gen student from Paterson. NJCDC and the Paterson Youth Council has never failed to remind me of my own power and voice. And as a Paterson resident, I know that us as Paterson students, we often lack resources such as counselors or college trips, and have to undergo difficult circumstances compared to those from our peers from affluent suburbs. But that is what makes NJCDC so special. We build a community no matter what. My fellow peers at the Paterson Youth Council never failed to inspire me to pursue my passions and challenge myself academically. From rallying down the streets of downtown Paterson, urging young adults to vote, to volunteering at in the kitchen at Ava's Village during Thanksgiving, feeding those in needs. We were making a transformative change. Through the whole college application process, I knew I had NJCDC and my peers to lean on and to guide me every step of the way. NJCDC has showed me the power that community holds, especially when the youth is in power. While not everyone here may be familiar with what NJCDC does, I encourage you to use their resources and to use your programs, use NJCDC's programs beyond just your high school experience. NJCDC has a network of professionals, mentors, and most importantly, people who believe that students from Paterson should succeed. Barnard has provided me so many phenomenal opportunities, both academically and career focused. I'm the incoming president of the Multicultural Latina Center Club at Barnard, Mujeres, and I was part of their first ever Laidlaw research cohort. My research focused on the unequal opportunities and segregations in New Jersey public schools, with a specific focus on Passaic County high schools. But that being said, I know no matter where I go, I will continue to take pride in my hometown of Paterson and continue advocating for students the same way that NJCDC and many of the organizations here advocate for us. No matter where you are, or what you're majoring, or what school you're going to, always remember to be proud of your accomplishments and where you come from. All of you have worked so hard to get to where you are now, and you are making a difference. Always remember that you are the leaders of tomorrow and the inspiration for the younger Paterson generation. And I hope you all make amazing memories in college, learn so much, and most importantly, continue to make connections. Thank you all for having me. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. And I can't wait to see what amazing things you accomplish. If any of you guys need my contact information, feel free to reach out to Valerie or David. Thank you all for having me.
Well, thank you, Jennifer. That was wonderful, so inspirational. We're very proud of you. I think you're proof that you can take the student out of Paterson, but you certainly can't take Paterson out of the student. And that's only until you come back to Paterson. So thank you so much. And now I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Jonathan Coppell, president of Montclair State University. Excuse me. President Coppell is a nationally recognized scholar with a reputation as a visionary leader in higher education, emphasizing public service. Before taking office as president of Montclair State a year ago, he served as dean at Arizona State University's Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions, leading the nation's largest comprehensive public affairs college. We appreciate President Coppell taking time to join us tonight and share a few words. And President Coppell, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Bob. It's really great to see you guys, and I really do like seeing you. And actually, those of you, if you're able to, who have your video off, just give me a chance to see your face, at least for a second. I just want to see what you look like. So I'm going to my third screen. Oh, you're holding out on me. That's okay. I'm so happy to be with you and to follow up on the speaker, Superintendent Schaefer's words and Councilwoman Davila's words and Jennifer, your comments were great. And so I'm going to reinforce some of them and share a couple of thoughts. And my first thought is for the video editor, like, yeah, a lot of shots of Harvard Yard. I've got a pretty nice campus right here in Montclair, New Jersey. I don't need to see Harvard, blah, 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 Harvard this. Get up here to Montclair, Little Falls, nicer. Anyway,
Well, that's a deal.
I mean, huh? Boston, really? Anyway, so first of all, my main and overriding reaction is I'm incredibly envious of all of you, right? This is what a cool moment to start this next adventure. And I'm sure you've thought about this for a long time. Like, what's it going to be like? What, I'm going to go to college someday, and it was sort of abstract. And I don't know about you, but sometimes when you think about something for a long time and then it comes, it's sort of surreal. Like you're sitting there like, oh my God, now I'm here. It happened. And so that's an exciting thing. And I hope you feel really a sense of satisfaction that this abstract goal that you were working towards, that you're now at it. Like, feel good about that, embrace that sense of accomplishment, because the superintendent is totally right. There are going to be times when you need to draw upon your past accomplishments. So you need to embrace now when you're not having those doubts. And I'll come back to that. You need to say, this is what I envisioned, and now I'm here. I made something that was in my head happen. That's powerful. Like, you should really like marinate in that, stew in that, feel good about that, because it's not going to be every day. As I say, I'll come back to that. But I'm envious because you're at a university, you're having an opportunity to be on a college campus. I obviously love universities. Like, I've chosen to spend my life here. Why? Because there are these very unique places where you're actually encouraged to think. Like, that's actually what you're supposed to do. To not just be rushing from one thing to the other and get something done and be on deadline. You're actually supposed to take a moment to reflect and look around. You're actually, part of the activity of being in college is actually meeting other people and having conversations who had experiences that are different than yours, right? And so I'd encourage you over the next few years, take advantage of that, right? This is a unique moment. I know that there are a lot of different constraints and you have to get done and you're paying bills and some of you have loans. Try to take a class that you never thought you'd take. Try to talk to a person that you never thought you'd talk to. Try to go to like a concert or a lecture, even if it's not a whole class. Do something that you'd never done before that seems totally weird. Like go to like some club that you have nothing to do with. That's the whole point, right? You've been so focused for the last several years on using every bit of your energy and every bit of time to do something that gets you to your destination. You do have to give yourself the luxury of saying, yeah, I don't know exactly what this is going to do for me, but that sounds weird. Like, what is Urdu, right? Like, well, I don't know what that is. What is Greek dancing? Would I like Greek dancing? I don't know. Just do it. Do it. That's what's so unique about this. That's what's so unique about this moment. And I would urge you to take advantage of it. Now, college is different than high school. It really is. And people say like, well, okay, now I'm starting 13th grade. Nah, not exactly. And the way I think about the difference between college and high school, and I think this is something useful for you to reflect on, and I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say about it in a couple of years. The difference is that in high school, the emphasis is really, and really K-12, right? It was learning stuff. It was learning stuff. And the question that you'd always have in class, is this going to be on the test? Is this going to be on the test? Right? Is this going to be on the test? Like, that was always what you wanted to know. In college, yeah, you're going to ask, is this going to be on the test? But if that's the question that you're asking all the time, that's not really the point, because college is less about learning stuff and more about learning how to think. That's really what it's about. How do you think in a more sophisticated way? How do you ask questions in a more sophisticated way? And if you really want to push that to the next level, what you really are trying to take from college is how do you learn? Like, we don't think much about that, but I can tell you that in 10 years or 20 years after you graduate from college, the stuff that you learned in college, yeah, it's not going to be the same. You know, 5 years ago, none of us knew how to do Zoom. Now we're here having this thing on Zoom. And I don't know what we're going to be doing 5 or 10 years from now, but it's not going to be the same thing. It's not going to be the same thing we're doing today. And so the question is, how do you adapt? And so how do you process new information? How do you add new information to the information you already have and change your thinking? These are the skills that you're learning in college. And what a great, it's this sort of contained ecosystem where you get to learn how to do it. Now, I'll talk about this in a minute. That everything I'm saying is cool and it's challenging, but it's not easy. It's not easy. It's way harder than what you did already. And so keep that in mind when we get there. Now, I want to talk about some stuff that's real, that's going to be like, wow, this guy, he's not only talking about sunshine and rainbows and daffodils, because some stuff is challenging. So how many of you, I'm just curious, how many of you feel sort of funny that you're leaving Paterson behind? And like your friends and everything that you've known, you're leaving that behind and going someplace different. And I'm not only talking about those of you who went out of town, but like, if only 11% of people in Paterson have college degrees, all of a sudden, if you have a college degree, well, you're sort of different. You're sort of different. Is anybody feeling that? That like, that you're different than the friends of yours who aren't going to college, or that you're sort of set aside, like you're in this special category? It feels good, but it's also kind of odd to be different. Well, every student that I've talked to, first generation college students, people who are blazing this path, they've struggled with that, because it's sort of a funky thing to feel like, oh, I'm now a different person than everybody I grew up with. And you're the first person in your family to go to college, but now you're different than everybody else in college. And you're going to find, like, you're going to come back and talk about your experiences at college, and everybody's going to be like, I don't know what she's talking about. I never had that. I don't know what that is. And yeah, they'll be sort of interested, but it's also going to feel funny. I mean, I'm telling you this because these are the things that my students have experienced and they've shared with me. And so you got to be ready for that. And you got to remember this. First of all, you're not crazy. That's true. You are going to be kind of different. You are going to have a kind of different experience. And that is going to create some distance between you and your friends, and you and your family. And you're going to have to learn how to navigate that. Every person who's been in your position before has had to learn how to navigate that. And it can be hard. And so it's going to be this totally weird thing. You're going to go to college, and a lot of you are going to be with other kids, and everybody in their family went to college, and it's like the oldest thing in the world. And you're going to feel different than them, because they won't be able to conceive of the gritty, hard streets of Paterson that some of the speakers have made reference to. And you're going to look at them and be like, you have no idea the world that I came from, right? And then you're going to come home for Thanksgiving or something like that and say, oh, this is so weird. Like, you have no idea where I just came from, and it's a totally different place. And then there's going to be this moment like, well, where do I belong? And the answer is both places. You're not leaving one, you're not abandoning one, and you're not switching sides or anything like that. You're in both places. And this is the really important part, you're bringing Paterson with you. You're bringing all those family members with you. How many of you are the first in your family and have a younger brother or sister? Raise your hand. This is not a rhetorical question. Raise your hand. All right, I see one. Who else? Who's got? I see I see Javaris, I see Yesenia. Who else? I see Ashley and Zaraya, Natalie, Amber. So let me tell you something. Those younger siblings, those brothers, they're watching you and they're going to follow you. I'm not saying maybe, I know it because I've never met it where that wasn't the case. And some of you are probably the younger sibling and you saw your older brother and sister go, and then you got on that path and you don't even question it. It's just what you do. So when you've made this choice, you've changed the trajectory of others and you're showing everybody what's possible. So I loved what the councilwoman said, that she came back and used her degree, and she said, I was going to come back and use it in Paterson, and some of you are going to do that. And you're going to be transformers in your own rights. And it's going to be exciting to see what you bring to the community. So don't for a minute give in to the feeling that you've somehow abandoned the place or abandoned who you are, or turned your back on your former self. You can be both. We're complicated, multidimensional people. But let me finish, and in some ways it builds on what the superintendent said. So I want to take it on as well. So whenever people have these graduation ceremonies and these send-offs, it's like, it's going to be great. There's going to be balloons and bubbles and happy faces, and yeah, that's cool. That's true. But I'm going to let you in on a secret, right? It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. It's going to be they're going to be challenges. They're going to be things that you struggle with. They're going to be things that feel like they're not going so well. They're going to be setbacks. They're going to be frustrations. There might even be failures. Like, that's true. You might, and probably things that you never, you might have always, like, you're a select group, right? So you might have never had failure. Like, it might have been like that was something that other people had. And so that's going to be weird. And it's going to be strange. And so a couple of different things I want to say about that. One, and I don't want to belabor it because other speakers have talked about it. Don't give in to that. Don't doubt yourself. There's going to be this voice that's going to be like, oh crap, this is the moment, right? Like, the luck ran out and now I'm done, right? That's totally normal, right? That's totally normal and it's fine. Just don't give in to that. Don't give in to that, because it's okay. And probably some of you are having those doubts right now, and you're nervous about certain things. I'd love to, if anybody's really courageous, I'd love to know the things you're nervous about in the chat. But if you're nervous about it, if you're hesitant, if you're having doubts, I can guarantee you other people on this call are having doubts, and other people in your class are having doubts. And by the way, not just people from Paterson, not just people who come from, communities of color, plenty of people who went to la-di-da schools, whose whole families they're having doubts too. They're questioning too. It's called being a human being to have doubts. So don't for a second question your ability to get through and think that the fact that you're struggling in the first week or the first month or the first year, that tells you anything. I agree 100% with the superintendent. The fact that you got through a more challenging obstacle course than many other people tells you something about your resilience and your grit. And so you should draw upon that, and know that every other person who's been in your position before has had those same challenges, those same struggles, those same moments of self-doubt. The people that overcame them are the ones who didn't give in to them, right? That's the key thing. But there's something even more important than that, and I want to emphasize this more than anything else. Do not feel like you have to overcome it by yourself, right? So who are my Red Hawks out there? I know that there's at least 15 of you. All right, I see Edwin, I see Joanna, I see Francesca. I'm looking for others. Where are my other Red Hawks? Ashley, Isabella, Sabir, and Bia. This is like a lot. Fatima, good. All right, so I can speak firsthand for Montclair and the commitment we have to supporting every student. And we exist for your success. That's the reason that this university exists. So what we need from you in order for us to do our job is for you to raise your hand like you just did and say, hey, I'm not sure how to do this. Hey, I ran into a problem. I don't understand why I can't register for this class. I'm having difficulty getting my assignments done on time. I just don't feel right. I don't like the food. Whatever. There's all kinds of stuff that you might write into that, and you look around, you're like, I don't understand. How come nobody else is having a trouble with this? I don't know. Maybe they knew. Maybe they had a brother who told them. Maybe, maybe there are other people went to college. Maybe there's all this stuff. I had a friend who called them hidden prerequisites. All these things that you might not know about. Don't be shy. Ask for help. That's the key. Speak up. We can't help you. And I know that's what we're committed to at Montclair. We've got all kinds of things. Sabir he's rocking his EOF shirt. I saw that. Awesome. So we have a great EOF program. Lots of the other New Jersey schools that are represented on this call have great EOF programs. But I think I'm speaking for all of the schools that you're attending. All of them have resources to help you, but nobody can help you if you don't speak up. That's one of the biggest differences between this stage of your life and other stages, which is nobody's gonna call you and say, hey, Bob, everything going okay? You good? Like, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. That's one of the big changes. And they might say, hey, Eileen, you had a paper due on Friday. What happened to that? But they're not gonna say, are you okay? Is everything okay? Like, are you good? You have responsibility for yourself. And the minute you speak up, there are going to be people who are going to jump in there and say, all right, let's get down to business and let's figure out what's wrong and let's get you what you need to succeed. But that's on you. That's on you to speak up. So don't view that as a failing or a weakness or somehow a sign that you don't belong. Those little voices that are going to be whispering in your ear and saying like, see, I told you, you thought you could go to college, but I told you. Don't you listen to that. That's the wrong voice. The voice that's right is the one saying, go and ask somebody how to deal with this. Like, there's got to be a person for this. And if somebody says you can't do it, just say, I don't think that sounds right. I think that there's a way. And that's the key, right? That's the key. You trust in yourself and you solve problems. You learn how to get through it. Remember what I said. College is about learning how to learn. So you're going to learn how to navigate this new obstacle course, just like you learned how to navigate high school, just how you learned how to navigate politics of your neighborhood. You learned how to navigate the craziness of your family. Everybody's got to learn how to navigate all their stuff, just like I did, just like we all did. I see Bob laughing. Bob's like, oh my God, did he know my story? Right? So you're going to have your stuff. You're going to figure it out. And it's going to be awesome. And you're going to have profited so much at the end. But that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. And it doesn't mean that if it's not easy, you're doing something wrong. It's not what it means at all. So, hey, look, I wish I could go in a time machine and be where you are today. When I graduated from college and everybody was waving their hats around and jumping up and down and screaming and so excited, I was like, I don't know what's wrong with you people. I don't want to leave. This is the best thing ever. So I'm glad you guys are where you're at. I know you're going to do Paterson proud, and you're going to do great things. And remember the things that I said today, but don't focus on them, because yeah, there's going to be the tricky moments, but right now it's all excitement and positive energy, and I hope you're vibing, and I'm glad I was able to be a small part of this occasion. So congratulations to all of you, and go rock it out of the park.
Thank you, President Coppell, for those words of inspiration. You speak as a voice of great experience, and I like your comment about college being about learning how to learn. And so I think this may be your first, but it won't be your last. Won't be the last time we have you speak to kids from Paterson, because I think you've had a lot to say that makes a lot of sense. So thank you. And by the way, President Coppell, also on the Zoom tonight is Leandy Gonzalez, who works in the EOF program
I saw.
at Montclair. And, you know, he was one of our kids when he was in high school, participated in NJCDC programs. He went to Rutgers undergrad. He got his master's at Montclair. And now, as I said, he works for actually the Upward Bound program. It is the Upward Bound program at Montclair. And interestingly, he mentored a number of students who are on tonight. Isabella Gonzalez, who's already at Harvard, and Juan Marrero's at Johns Hopkins, and others. And so that Montclair connection is there once again. And thank you, Leandy. So we have another friend and someone who is just Mr. Paterson, and that is the one and only, our mayor. And Mayor, before we start deciding on and giving out scholarships, which you all play a role in, I thought you might like to say a few words.
Just a few words, Bob? I don't know if that's
Well,
possible.
I do, Mayor, I do need to give you a quote. I've known you for many years.
Thanks, Bob. You know me all too well. First, I want everybody to join me in saluting Bob for being so focused on the future. Thank you, Bob. We really appreciate your
Thank you.
visionary leadership here in the city. And on a personal note, I appreciate your friendship.
Thank you.
As I
Mayor.
often affectionately refer to you as Bob the Builder. Currently have an affordable housing project being built to help those who are unsheltered, to address homelessness in Paterson. You're a major part of that. Yesterday, I drove by Lou Costello Memorial Park, which has the first playground in Paterson to accommodate children with autism. That is a testament to your enlightened leadership. And I can't wait to break ground on the Youth Performing Arts Center. I want all these young individuals, once they graduate from college, to come back and see for themselves their hometown. I hope that you, like me, are proud Patersonians. And Bob, I went to Seton Hall undergrad, so I'm a proud pirate.
Yes.
Earned my master's degree from Columbia, so I'm a proud, I guess they call themselves Lions, right? I'm not sure. I was more attached to the undergrad.
They're
But I'm-
lying. They're lying.
Yes, yeah, you are. That's right, Dr. Jonathan Coppell, another visionary leader. Thank you for your faith in our city, and can't wait to continue our collaboration. Patersonians will be the beneficiaries of what you and I work on, along with other partners. Also want to acknowledge history in the making, our council president emeritus, young lady, first Hispanic woman elected council person at large, and a three-time council president, none other than the Honorable Maritza Davila, who at one point, I believe she was an actress. She appeared in the movie Lean on Me. She had a major role, Bob. I think she had a speaking, in fact, she had a speaking part. I don't know if she still has a SAG card, but nevertheless, we all can't be like Bob Garashi and attend GW, Foggy Bottom. Ask Vera about that one. George Washington University. Oh, look at, I just want to see Maritza's pretty face there. Look at that.
You're too much.
By
Come
the way,
on,
Mr. Mayor, do you know?
Bob wants to give us some money.
Mr. Mayor, you know who was a Columbia Lion?
You.
No, one of the representatives of the greatest baseball team in New York, Lou Gehrig.
Oh, give me a break, will you?
Pride of the Yankees.
Lou Gehrig. That's right. What a movie. That was Gary Cooper. He played Lou Gehrig, the Iron Horse, right? Iron Man or something like the Iron Horse, I think it was. Anyway, we digress, but you're absolutely right, Dr. Jonathan Coppell. I was at Hinchliffe Stadium. I thought of you today. Look what we're doing there. Hopefully you could come back. Everybody, see a football game, Kennedy and East Side. So much is happening in Paterson, but I want to wish you well because you are our ambassadors. You take Paterson everywhere you go, irrespective of whatever institution of higher learning that you are about to call home. Paterson is always home, and home is where your heart is, and home is where we want you to return, because Paterson is in growth mode. We have the Great Falls, we have great food, and with you, we have a great future. So don't forget where you're from. Come back, our ambassadors. Like I stated before, wherever you go, you take Paterson with you, and you are a reflection on us. So I want to exhort you to keep making Paterson proud. Bob, I know I have another 45 minutes to speak, but in the interest of time, if you'd like for me to pull some of the lucky scholarship recipients out of this bowl that you gave me, I'll proceed.
Not just yet, Mr. Mayor. We're,
Bob-
we're getting there.
Bob, I have to apologize. Whenever I'm in your presence, Dr. Jonathan Coppell, Maritza Davila, I can't, and young people, I can't contain my exuberance.
Well, first of all, we're gonna thank you for those wonderful words, Mr. Mayor. And we're gonna ask you to contain that exuberance.
Are you going to
for
mute
just
me
a
now,
couple
Bob?
more
I've been
minutes.
muted before, Bob.
I'm so tempted, my friend.
I paid,
We-
hey, Bob, I paid for this microphone.
You remember that line? My
I do,
goodness.
Ronald Reagan.
No, seriously, thank you, Mr. Mayor. You are just an inspiration in so many
Thanks, Bob.
ways. And I said earlier, before you got on, when Councilwoman Davila told her story, I said, I hope that many of the students here are inspired not only to come back to Paterson, but to get involved in public service, because it's such a noble calling. And it's so important to have voices, varied voices. And Paterson, of course, being the diverse melting pot that it is, we'll let some other cities and towns and states take our Paterson residents, but most of you have to come back here and make your mark here. So now, with that being said, Mr. Mayor, we do want to get into the fun part of the event, which is giving out some scholarships. And tonight, we're going to give out 10 scholarships for $250 each, 20 scholarships for $500 each, and we have 5 at $1,000 each. And we're going to start with those $1,000 scholarships first. And well, I was going to say in no particular order, but there is an order, because the first one is being given to a former student of Mrs. Van Loo, and it's through the generosity of Mrs. Van Loo, who has put up her money to affirm her belief in Jarek Navarro. And so, Mrs. Van Loo, I'm going to ask you to say a few words in a moment, but first, I'm going to show everyone that there's a check here for $1,000 made out to Jarek, and it's courtesy of his former principal, Mrs. Van Loo. And so
That's why we love
give them
Mrs.
a
Van
hand.
Loo.
And Mrs. Van Loo, would you please say a few words?
We love her.
Thank you, Bob. You know my heart is in Paterson, but I'd like to say very quickly, congratulations to all of the students. As our superintendent, Ms. Schaefer, and our council president, Ms. Davila, have said, students, stay the course. You're from Paterson. We are survivors. You have made it happen. We've got your back, so just do it. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. Take Paterson with you. Congratulations. Love
Oh,
you.
I love that. I love that. You are such a champion of all of our kids, Mrs. Van Loo, and thank you for being here for tonight and recognizing Jarek, and congratulations, Jarek. This is well-deserved, and proud mom, Erica Plaza there. We love you and we're proud of you. And we want to give out a few more of the $1,000 scholarships. And I have a visual here, which is sort of a generic $1,000 scholarship mock check. And Marissa is right. I can't wait till we get back to Brownstone and can take pictures with these mock checks. The next scholarship for $1,000 is for Isabella Gonzalez. And Isabella just started Harvard University on full scholarship. She's with us from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Isabella is a graduate of International High School and was an active member of our Great Falls Teen Center there. And Isabella, of course, we could not be more proud of you. And Isabella, this check for $1,000 to help you in your studies at Harvard will be on its way. So congratulations,
Oh my
Isabella.
God, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Isabella. We're very proud of you. And we also have a $1,000 scholarship for Stephanie Morales, who's at the University of Pennsylvania. Let's give a hand to Stephanie. Stephanie was a member of our Paterson Youth Council here at NJCDC, also attended our Great Falls Teen Center, which is within International High School, where she graduated just a couple of months ago. So congratulations, Stephanie. This check to help you in your studies will be on its way to you. And
you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And our last $1,000 scholarship is for Nafisa Yasmin. And Nafisa graduated from the STEM Academy at John F. Kennedy Educational Complex and is attending Barnard College as an environmental science major. She was also an active member of our Paterson Youth Council while in high school. We're very, very proud of you, Nafisa, and this check also will be on its way to help you with your studies. So congratulations. Those are our $1,000 winners. Let's give them a round of applause. And now comes the part that we're going to see if we can do this without a glitch, although the mayor's involved, and so I'm not too sure. He's driving, and so we'll see how this goes. But Superintendent Eileen Schaefer and Mayor Andre Saya have with them 2 fishbowls, and you see Superintendent has hers right there. And in the fishbowl that both the superintendent has, as well as the mayor, are the names of everybody who's on the Zoom. And they're going to pick names, and we are going to make note of who they pick, and then we're going to send you a check for your as a scholarship. And so, Mayor, are you there? I see that the mayor, his name is there, and
He's muted.
He's muted. Mayor
Yeah.
is muted. He's probably on the phone if I know him. And unless he comes on in a moment, what I'm going to do is ask Superintendent Schaefer to begin, because what we wanted to do was alternate, where the superintendent would pull one and then the mayor and vice versa. But Mayor, I hope you are hearing me and hope you'll be back in a moment. But we will start, Superintendent Schaefer, with you, and we'll ask you to pull the first card for a $250 scholarship.
And it goes to Francesca Ranilla, John F. Kennedy High School, and going to Montclair State University, my alma mater.
All right, all right.
Great.
And Superintendent Schaefer, before I ask you to pull the next one, my faithful team here reminded me that I goofed and I forgot to announce. I said we were giving out 5 $1,000 scholarships, and I only announced 4, and that's because I forgot to tell everyone that a $1,000 scholarship will be going to someone who also participated in our Great Falls Teen Center, who also went to International High School and is now a freshman at Johns Hopkins University, and that is Juan Marrero. So pardon me, Juan, but you too will be getting this $1,000 scholarship. And I
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Juan. We're very, very proud of you. And I see that the mayor is back. And Mayor, so in alternating fashion, would you please pull a card now for a $250 scholarship?
Sure, Bob. I'm sorry. I was on the other line with Vera Ames.
Okay, I'm sure that was
Yeah,
business to conduct, former councilwoman.
sorry. She says she doesn't do anything in vain.
No, she doesn't.
It's all
Pull
in
that
Paterson.
card, Mayor. Pull that
You
card.
got it. We have our winner is Tanzim Ahmed, John F. Kennedy High School. and is going to attend Superintendent Schaefer's alma mater, the home of the Red Hawks and the home of Dr. Jonathan Coppell, Montclair State University.
I sense a theme here. Congratulations.
MSU.
For another $250 scholarship, Superintendent Schaefer, who do we have?
We have Ambia Siddiqui, John F. Kennedy High School, going to Montclair State University.
Oh, boy. Yeah, we're on a roll.
We're
Yeah,
on
see,
a roll.
We teach useful skills, like the mayor insisted that we have a course in ballot box stuffing, so we do.
That's what may be happening despite our best efforts.
Wrong elected official here in Paterson.
Yeah, yeah. Let's not get into rigged elections, please. Mayor Saya, pull the next $250 scholarship winner, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on a second. You ready, Bob?
Yep.
Shaban Hussan, John F. Kennedy High School, not going to Montclair State University, going to the State University of New Jersey, Rutgers.
Congratulations. Superintendent Schaefer, another $250 scholarship winner.
And the winner is Shahara Santos, John F. Kennedy High School, going to Berkeley College.
Wonderful, wonderful. And by the way, I saw earlier that Jennifer from Berkeley College is with us. And Jennifer, I want to thank you for being with us. Jennifer Bookstaver, and also everyone at Berkeley for once again supporting tonight's college send-off. Thank you, Jennifer. Mayor, will you pull the next $250 winner?
Sure, Bob. Our next scholarship recipient is Juan Marrero, International High School, and he's heading to Johns Hopkins University.
Well, this is a banner night for Juan, because Juan, you're not only getting that $1,000 scholarship, you're getting one for $250 as well. So
Man,
thank
Juan,
you.
you're making bank.
Thank
You got to
you.
treat us to Applebee's.
He's making bank.
Juan, you're going to take us to
Superintendent
Applebee's 2 for 22, and then after 10 o'clock, it's half apps. Let's go celebrate.
Schaefer. Oh, my goodness. Go on, Superintendent. The next $250 one.
And this is Anis Ahmad, John F. Kennedy High School, and where else? Montclair State
Oh,
University.
boy. All right.
Man, Bob, I think the
Thank you.
fix is in. What's going on with ballot box stuffing here?
Let's not get into that. Mayor, you pick next.
Sure, Bob. Our next scholarship recipient is Asil Al-Bibi, Passaic County Technical Institute, Kane University.
All right.
That's not Montclair.
Congratulations and thank you, Mayor. And we'll have two more $250 scholarships before we go on to the $500 ones. Superintendent Schaefer.
Deandra Walton, Patterson Charter School for Science and Technology, Montclair State University.
Oh my God, what is happening here, Bob?
I
Everyone
don't
she's
know.
picked.
Someone ought to call the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, and tell him, forget that other case. Forget that other case. We've got a problem here in Paterson, New Jersey. Mayor,
Let me talk to Matt Platkin right here, right now. Okay. Our next scholarship recipient is Crystal Huihua. I don't know if I pronounced that properly. Passaic County Technical Institute, not going to Montclair State University, going to NJIT.
oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations. And now
I
we
like
have-
NJIT. I wasn't smart enough to get in that school, Bob.
You're not even, well, I won't even say it.
Say it, Bob.
They may let you on campus to make a speech.
That's true.
Let's
Or buy a
go.
cup of coffee. What do you buy a cup of coffee over there, Bob?
There you go. We now have, through the generosity of our donors, 20 scholarships to
Oh.
give out at $500 each. So just like we did with the $250 scholarships, we'll now give out 20 for $500 each. And Superintendent Schaefer, will you pull the first?
Alexa Quispe, Passaic County Technical Institute, going to Rutgers in New Brunswick.
And I see her right in the middle of my screen.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Alexa.
Thanks.
Mayor?
Bob, our next scholarship recipient is Isabella Gonzalez Lawand,
My
who I had in
goodness.
my office, by the way. International High School, and she's attending the oldest institution of higher learning in the United States of America, I believe founded in 1636, Harvard University.
And
Thank
Isabella too
you.
is making bank, I think, as you said earlier, Mayor. That's her second one tonight, and we're proud.
Oh,
of
she's gonna take us to the Olive Garden tomorrow,
Isabella. Superintendent, next.
or Bahama Breeze.
Hillary Trajulo, Diana Labasco STEM Academy at PCTVS, going to Rutgers, New Brunswick.
Well,
Oh,
thank
finally.
you, Hillary, and we know
Someone
Hillary
not at Montclair
because,
State University.
no, but Hillary was just finished her term as president of the Paterson Youth Council, so we're particularly proud of Hillary. Congratulations. Mayor, you're next.
Thanks, Bob. Tell them what they've won. Our next scholarship recipient is Javaris Young, John F. Kennedy High School, attending the campus I'm going to visit for a cup of coffee, NJIT.
Terrific. Congratulations, Superintendent.
The recipient is Sabir Hassan, John F. Kennedy High School, back to Montclair State University.
All right, and another Paterson Youth Council alum. Wonderful. Congratulations. Mayor?
Our next scholarship recipient is Jonathan Copel. No, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Sorry. Now you know it's rigged if he's winning something.
God.
Our next scholarship recipient is Joanna Vasquez Morales, John F. Kennedy High School. Where else? Montclair State University.
My goodness. Wow.
You like that, Bob?
Congratulations. Superintendent?
Bob, can I keep this fishbowl, by the way?
Depends. Well,
I actually have a
we
fish.
don't want any allegations of graft, but we'll talk later.
The next recipient, Orlin Morrow, International High School, Montclair State University.
Oh, boy. This is getting to be quite a run. Congratulations. And Mayor, who's next?
Our next scholarship recipient is Ema Begum, John F. Kennedy High School. And guess where? Montclair State University.
My goodness. I see Dr. Josh Powers, Provost of William Patterson, scratching his head there saying, come on, Willie P. Superintendent?
Taslima Rima, John F. Kennedy High School, and the college is Rising Junior.
Well,
But probably Montclair State University.
well, you're
I
gonna
think
get
I
that.
heard William
check for five-
Patterson in that one.
You're gonna get that check for $500. Maybe that's William Patterson. Mayor?
Yes. I think I'm a rising senior, right, Bob?
Yeah, we'll give you that.
Bob, our next scholarship recipient, Fatima Nusrat, John F. Kennedy High School. You guessed it, Montclair State University.
All right. It's gonna be, I tell you what, the bursar's office there is gonna be very happy.
Bursa.
We are halfway through. That was 10 of the 500, and so we have the final 10 $500 scholarships. Superintendent?
Nona Renee Fulmore Harris, Diana Labasco STEM Academy, going to NJIT.
All right. Congratulations. Mayor?
Bob, our next scholarship recipient is Edwin Luna, International High School, Montclair State University.
There we go. Congratulations.
OMG.
All right.
My goodness, Montclair State University getting half our students here in Paterson.
Superintendent.
Tashmina Millet, John F. Kennedy High School, William Paterson University.
Hey,
they're on
here
the
we
board.
go.
They're on the
Dr.
board.
Powers, there we
We're
go.
excited. That's awesome. Glad to have you.
Wow.
You've already started. You're in day 3 of our semester.
Absolutely. Mayor.
Bob, our next recipient is Bushra Huck, John F. Kennedy High School, Rutgers, New Brunswick.
All right, congratulations. Superintendent.
Ashnima Khan, Passaic County Technical Institute, Montclair State University.
All right. Mayor.
Bob, stop the presses. Here we go. Yesenia Ramirez, Harp Academy, William Paterson University.
Oh, we're on a
Uh-oh.
roll. Dr.
Call us butter,
Helmholtz is
'cause we're
going to
on
be
a
very
roll, Bob.
happy. Hey, congratulations, Superintendent, you're next.
Denise Arujo, Passaic County Tech
Oh,
Institute, Rutgers, New Brunswick.
All right, Rutgers is coming up fast. Mayor,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Congratulations. Yes,
how you doing?
I'm fine. Let's see what that card says.
You got it. Ashley Celine Perez, International High School, and the 50th student tonight that's going to Montclair State University.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, we're down to 2 more, Valerie, is that right?
2 more, last round.
Oh, look at that. Hi, Valerie.
Hi, how are you, Mayor?
I'm doing very well. Thank you. We're giving out
Nafisa
money.
Yasmin, John F. Kennedy High School, going to Barnard College.
Wonderful,
Oh.
wonderful.
That's by Columbia. That is Columbia, actually.
Mayor, you've got the last $500 scholarship.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Samyav Ahmed, John F. Kennedy High School, Rutgers University, home of the Scarlet Knights.
Wonderful. And you know what, Mayor? I haven't consulted with our finance team here, but I don't care. I would like you to pick out a name, mix it up really good, and we're going to give out one final scholarship for $1,000.
Oh, whoa, Bob.
We're calling an audible, Mayor. Who's the winner?
I
of
love
the
that term.
Unexpected
Hey, Bob.
scholarship for $1,000.
Bob, could it be retroactive? Because I actually just paid down all my student loans.
No,
I'm gonna-
no.
Sorry, Bob. I just paid them down, and Uncle Joe Biden is going to make sure no one has to pay college loans anymore.
That's right. Who's our $1,000 winner, Mayor?
Ready?
Yep.
Maliha Yasmin, John F. Kennedy High School, Rutgers, New Brunswick.
Oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations. I think most of you on the Zoom tonight have gotten something, but for those of you who haven't, we're going to make sure that you get a check for $100. So no one
Yeah.
can leave here empty-handed, because you're all winners and we want each one of you to succeed. And so in closing, I feel incredibly inspired. I feel incredibly lucky to work in a city that has so many bright young people who are writing a new narrative about this city, about its future. I feel incredibly proud to work alongside individuals like Dr. Coppell and Superintendent Schaefer, our mayor, Dr. Powers, our council president emeritus, Maritza Davila. Collectively, we get things done. And through events like this, we say that we embrace our community and that we will do everything we can to help our young people succeed. And with that, I really want to congratulate all of the graduates tonight. I want to wish you and your families all the best. As I said earlier, this truly is a college send-off. We used to do this in June. because of the pandemic, is a bit delayed this year. And so many of you already are at college. We are truly sending you off, and we wish you the best. We want you to know, you've heard it a few times tonight in a few different ways, but please let us know how we can help you. It's not only about getting into college and going to college, but it's staying in college and succeeding in college. And we've all got more work to do on that front. And collectively, we as a community are committed to doing so. So we know that you'll do great things. I want to thank all our friends and supporters who made contributions for making tonight possible. And look, go out there, slay the world, have a great time at college, come back, visit often, let us know how you're doing. And here and now, I say to Councilwoman Davila, next year we will be back at the Brownstone.
Awesome.
So once again, thank you everyone for being part of this tonight, and good luck.
Congratulations.
Bob,
Congratulations.
Bob, I'm gonna go to the
Congratulations.
Brownstone anyway. I'm gonna go to the
Sure you
Brownstone
are.
right now, Bob.
Mayor, I'm sure you have 12 events there this evening.
It probably does.
I'm gonna save you a
Congratulations,
short.
everyone.
All right, bye-bye. Bye,
Thank
all.
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
Bob.
Superintendent. Thank you, President Capel.
We love you, Bob.
Provost Powers. Thank you to all of you, Councilwoman Davila. And thank you, Jennifer from Berkeley. All of you who care so deeply about Paterson kids. Thank you to the team here at NJCDC who work so hard to make programs like this possible. All we've got to do now is get it right. We've got to match names with checks and make sure that we do that correctly.
I'm
And I
sure
saw
Valerie was keeping notes.
We have an
Valerie is-
Excel going. It's all good. It's already
Valerie
updated.
is meticulous, and I don't know if she's still on, but I saw that NJCDC CFO Kathy Mendez was on earlier, and I'm sure that Kathy will make sure that it's all done by the book. So
Good night.
with that, everyone, we're going to end this, and congratulations once again to all of you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night,
Bob.
thank you.
All right.
Good night, everyone.